Okay, perfect. So thank you everyone for being here this morning. I am so excited to share with you what Paul Conti has to tell you about. I visited with him. Has so much passion and has taken his referrals to the next level with how he works with his sphere. And I can't wait to have him tell you all about it. So Paul, the call's all yours.
Debbie, thank you. I truly appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My plan, well, first I'll let you know, I'm a native from New Jersey, born and raised in Morristown, New Jersey, exit 4 off the Jersey Turnpike. But a year and a half ago, I got out of there and came to Naples, Florida. So now I'm down here and it's 83 degrees and I'm sweating. So in any event, my promise to you, my obligation to you is to show you how to make money in ways you're probably not doing now. If I do not honor my word, get off this call. Your time is too valuable and I haven't earned it. That is my promise to you, right? So I see myself as a perspective coach and a business strategist, a perspective coach. I'm going to share a different perspective with you. I mean, think about it. Your coach, if you have one, they should have a bigger, broader perspective than you. They should bring something to the table that you might not see. I see things differently. Doesn't mean I'm better or worse. Dear God, it took me 7 years to get a 4-year degree, folks. My wife tells me all the time I should be a doctor. They don't make enough money. I don't want to be a doctor. I make more, right? But that's a side note. My point to you is this. I'm going to show you how to make money very quickly. If I don't honor my word, get off the call. Here's a general alteration of a perspective. Who here on this call got up at 3 a.m. and went pee? Okay, we only got 2 people. Everybody else has it. All right. So for some that don't want to admit it, think about this. When I got up to pee, I thanked God my bladder was working. Because if it wasn't, I'd be talking to him with a whole different conversation, right? So think about conceptually. We take everything in life we value for granted until we lose it. Then it becomes our hyper focus, whether it's our health, our money, our job, our family, our spouse. Think about that. So what am I helping you to understand? Attitude of gratitude, 100% all the time with everything. Always. There's a quick perspective shift. Now let me share this with you. Make sure I'm the focal screen or with speaker screen, speaker view, something like that so you can see everything I'm writing. Get your playbooks out. It's not a notebook and it's not a workbook. Debbie said to me, Paulie, you got 15 minutes to crunch 20 years of coaching, so go fast. So I'm going to be jamming, folks. So hang tight. Playbook, notebook. I don't like notebook. Why? Because I went to school and hated school. I didn't like school, so a notebook makes me crazy. I don't want to deal with that. Workbook, that's what everybody else calls it. I don't want to work. I want to make more money and work less. I don't want to work like everybody else. Folks, work to me stands for while others repeat crazy. That's what work stands for. I know, crazy spelled with a C. Not in my world. I'm going to redefine and reframe everything to make me better. While others repeat crazy, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what other realtors are doing. How do I distinguish myself from everybody else? How do I separate myself? I'm a realtor. How do I become different? How do I stand out? I'm going to show you. These things here, generally speaking, this is where most real estate agents get their business. FSBOs, expired leads, open house farming, mailers, maybe cold calling, maybe a couple of things like that. But at the bottom, sphere of influence. Incredibly important. Sphere of influence. Understand something. I want you to read that backwards because that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to influence your sphere. Influence your sphere. Folks, understand something. I teach this whole section called Dirty Words. It's not X-rated. Dirty words of real estate. Think about this, right? Most agents are taught, let everybody know you're a realtor. Friends, family, tell them all you're a realtor. Let everybody know. Hand your cards out everywhere. Informing. Folks, there's no money in information. Influencing. The art of influencing is where the money is. So nobody makes money just informing. You've got to learn how to influence. Influence. That's what I'm going to share with you right now. So now let's do another perspective check, right? I want you to think about this for a second. If everybody on this call stood on the street corner with a clipboard and asked 100 strangers that walked past you, hey, I'm taking a survey. In the next 12 months, are you considering buying or selling a house? 100 people. Do you all believe on this call that somebody would say yes? All right, that's not my strategy, but I'm sharing something for perspective purposes. Now I want you to take that same thought process. I want you to see yourself sitting at your kitchen table. And every day for the entire month, 100 people are going to line up, come to you and sit down at your kitchen table, and they're going to tell you everything about their life. Everything about their life. Do you believe if you knew intimately everything about 100 people when they were getting married, divorced, new dog, new job, downsizing, relocating to a different location, you would know all of that information? You'd have all of that. You'd have your buyers and sellers. They're right there. I teach all the time, folks. We're always looking for something we already have. Here's the framing. When I ask real estate agents, how much business did you close last year from your hairdresser? The answer traditionally is zero. I need you to understand something. Most everybody on this call has hair. You probably go to a hairdresser. Influence your sphere. Your hairdresser, next time you sit with him or her, ask them, how many people do you sit with a day? 5 is the average. 5 people a day times 5 a week is 25. That's 100 a month. 100 people a month sit in that hairdresser's chair and tell them everything about their lives. They know everything. Why aren't they driving business to you? You've informed them. You've told them you're a realtor. You've given them your cards. And yet 100 people that she knows intimately, none of them come to you on a monthly basis. Why? As real estate agents, we're looking for buyers or sellers. Your hairdresser has them. What are we doing looking for something we already have? Influence your sphere. Now, keep in mind, folks, there's a lot more to it than just trying to blackmail your hairdresser. I've got to teach you the words, linguistically, what to say, how to say it, to get them to want to give you business. Because right now, you know what they've done? They've taken your card. They told you when somebody asks for a buyer or seller or a great realtor, I'll send them to you. And yet you got nothing. And yet you went back to them again the next month and gave them more money. It doesn't work. You've got to learn how to communicate with them as an employer, right? Here's a perspective shift for you. As a real estate professional, I believe you own a company. Do you? I believe you're the owner of a company. And if somebody makes money from the owner of the company, they are your employee. Don't say this to them. This is just an intimate discussion with us. They're your employee, right? Think about it. Personally and professionally. Anybody that makes money from you is your employee. See, I want you to alter your frame. Get your Etch-a-Sketch out. It looks like you're all old enough to know what that is. Shake the Etch-a-Sketch. Clear everything off it. Clear your mind. There's nothing there. I'm the owner of a company. And if somebody makes money from me, they're my employee. Up to this point, they've told me what they're going to do. And then they tell me to give them money. Man, Paulie's saying, no, I'm giving them money. They're supposed to do what I want them to do. Think about that. You have an hour. You're sitting with your partner who's supposed to contribute to the corporation who happens to cut hair. Do you see the mental shift? You think you're going to a hairdresser. I'm going to sit with my partner, my employee, to collaborate for an hour to help them contribute to the corporation. And then they can cut my hair. And then I'll pay them. We got to shift it, folks. If you want business from your hairdresser that's sitting with 100 people, that tells them when they're getting married, divorced, relocating, downsizing, got a dog, hate my husband, can't stand my wife, they know everything. If you want business from them, I'll teach you how to do it. Here's another perspective shift. I'm doing this on my coaching platform right now. We got 60 days, folks. 60 days to convert your accountant from a provider to a partner. I want you to think about this. How many of you got in business from your accountant last year? I mean, I need you to think about this. Thank you, Beth. Think about this. I always marry data with possibility. Data with possibility. Write that down. Here, the hairdresser, data. 100 people a month sit with her and tell her everything about their lives. The possibility is I'm going to get buyers and sellers. You see that? Data plus possibility. Here's more data for you. The average accountant has 300 clients. Do you know how many your accountant has? Beth raised her hand. She got something from her accountant, but I want you to think about this. If I were to engage with Beth, which I'm not, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. I do because I enjoy that. But this is the first time here. I don't want anybody to get pissed off at me. So I would be saying, hey, accountant, how many clients do you have? What's your book of business? Think about this. If the average accountant has 300 clients, do you mean to tell me of the 300 clients your accountant has, not one of them bought or sold a house last year? Not one of them got divorced? Not one of them got married? Not one of them bought a second home? It's statistically impossible. And yet, you didn't get anything from your accountant. Why? We're busy looking for a buyer or seller. I profess you've already got what you need. You need to learn how to influence your sphere. Influence your sphere. The reason I'm doing a 60-day challenge with my followers is because your accountant is going to sit with his 300 clients for the next 60 days. Here's what I'm teaching the accountants. I want you to talk BS. I want you to talk BS about me. BS, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. The 300 clients you sit with, add one more question to your questionnaire. When are you going to buy and sell? When are you going to buy? I got a great agent for you. Here's what's so insulting about this, folks. Your accountant knows what you do for a living. And he still doesn't think about you. You keep paying him. Are you nuts? At what point in time does a company thrive when it pays its employees and they don't do their job? Perspective, folks. Your accountant has what you need. Oh, let's go a little bit deeper, folks. Let me give you this, right? The government comes out with this. The triple I, interest rates, inventory, inflation. We're going to scare the crap out of everybody. And Paulie says, triple P, baby. Pandemic pivot profit. My faith is stronger than your fear. You got nothing on me. So here's part of my pivot. Let me share this with you, folks. In the past 9 or 10 months, the investors are capitalizing on everything. It's like over 20% of all purchases are to investors. It's normally around 8%. What are you doing to put yourself in front of that tsunami? How are you capitalizing? Paul Conti didn't have an investor following until 10 months ago, until the government tried to scare us. I'm like, you got nothing here, Bo. And I shifted gears. I started promoting the No Doc product. No Doc. You can buy an investment property without proving your income. You can buy an investment property while being unemployed. I got you covered. Like, what did you just say? I can do what? Yeah. Here's what you can do. We don't want your W-2s, no pay stubs, no tax returns, no proof of a job. We're not concerned about the income of the buyer. We're only concerned about the income of the property. So what does Paul Conti do? Post flyers I made on Canva. Cost me un gas. Nothing. Put a flyer. Hey, this is what you can do. Send a messenger. That's what we do. In 22 weeks, I got 56 people approved. In 22 weeks, I got 56 people approved. 17 under contract. Here's the most important number with that, folks. 42 of the 57 first-time investors. First-time investors. You know what that means? People are dying for this product. They didn't know it existed. They didn't know they could qualify. What? Pandemic, pivot, profit. That's one area of expertise. You know how easy this is, folks? Look at your closed book. I'm going to go a little further. Deb, I might need another minute or two, baby. Hang with me. Here it is. So simple. Go back to your closed book of business. You closed 10, 20, 30 deals last year. You just started today. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the ones that closed. I'll talk about the ones that just started. It's called the one call challenge. Do you believe you can make one call a day? Just one. We're realtors. We don't want to work too hard. He's so insulting. No, listen, one call. That's all I want you to make. We got a lot on our plate. One call. Here it is. You know who I'm calling? People that already love me. People that already closed with me. People that will take my call. Mary, it's Paulie. How's the dogs? How's the kids? How's the house? Everything's great, Paul. How you doing? I'm magnificent. Mary, listen. Now that I helped you buy your first house, I'm going to show you how to buy your second. I'm coming over. That's it right there. One call a day. If the data rings true, 20+% of your book wants to buy an investment property. You don't have to look for something you already have. It's that simple. Now you need the right coach and the right lender. Well, that's where I come into play. We'll talk about that later. But there's an example of a pivot. Next pivot. Folks, listen to me. The pandemic did a really good job of decimating marriages. You know why? Because they had to live together every day. I can't believe you chew that loud. If you don't roll up the toilet paper again, I'm going to kill you. Put your freaking socks away. I'm calling an attorney. That's what they did. Folks, the divorce rate was 52% of first marriages failed in divorce before the pandemic. It's at an all-time high. We're nearing 60%. How sad is that? Forget about that. How do we capitalize on that? Oh, I don't want to take advantage of anybody. Stop. You're a business owner. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. My question is, if the divorce rate goes up after the pandemic, and do you believe a divorce rate goes up in a tough economy? You better believe it. The number one reason for divorce is finance. Then it's infidelity. So if you know that's happening, who's coaching you how to get in front of that tsunami? These divorce attorneys are so busy, they stop coming to my coaching calls. Holy, I can't make it anymore. I'm so busy. I need help. I got to hire more attorneys. No problem, baby. Stay in touch. I got you. So we got pandemic, pivot, profit. Investors, what are we doing to capitalize? I don't have any investors. Paul Conti had no investors prior to 10 months ago. Zero. I now got 57 of them approved. 42 first-time investors. All I'm asking you to do, and I'm giving it away, make a phone call, just one a day, to your closed book. Now that I showed you how to buy your first house, I'm going to show you how to buy your second. Oh, no, we don't want another one. No, I didn't ask. I'm coming over. I didn't ask. They love you. Bring cake, bring coffee. Talk to them, get them excited. Maybe not you. How about your brother, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle? Come on. What are we doing? Well, I don't want to pay taxes. Let's act like Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, Grant Cardone. Let's get like those guys and pay no taxes. Come on. Now, if you're a newer agent or any agent, I would be doing this. I did a reel on it. I don't do any of that stuff. My daughter makes me do all of it. So I don't want you to think I'm good at it. I'm not. It's all my daughter, if you end up following me. Here's what I would do if I'm brand new. If I'm 1 month in, if I'm 6 months in, if I'm 16 years in, here's what I do. I would meet with my partner. Influence your sphere. I would meet with my partner who happens to file my taxes. Perspective, folks. I'd meet with my employee and I would say to them, I need you to teach me everything about the benefits of owning multiple properties. Depreciation, cash flow, tax shelters. I want to learn everything because you're going to influence everybody. You're not going to inform anybody. There's no money in information. That old lady sits in the mall at the information booth. Hi, honey, where's the bathroom? It's down the street over there. Yeah, and where's Macy's? It's up the elevator over there. She doesn't make any money. We don't want to just be informants. They get hidden. We want to be an influencer. That's where the money's at. So when you learn everything there is to learn about owning multiple properties, I then start to share that with everybody that I know. And I tell them, I'm hosting something, I need you there. And I build up momentum because money always follows momentum. I'm building up momentum, energy. People are coming to me as the professional resource for tax sheltering using real estate. I then get my partner, my employee that happens to do my taxes, to host a seminar with me. I'm going to talk everything about real estate. You're going to talk everything about tax shelter. And Paulie's going to talk everything about how to buy a property. And you don't have to prove anything. What? It's a gold mine. Pandemic, pivot, profit. I don't do what regular people do. The joke, but seriously, I say all the time, if you want more real estate, stop acting like a realtor. Oh, he's so mean. I spent all this money. I got these beautiful business cards. Look at my shirt. It says I'm a realtor. I'm going to give you an example, folks. Perspective. I don't know if you watch America's Funniest Videos or if you have a 2-year-old, but all of us will comprehend this. Watch America's Funniest Videos when little Johnny comes around the corner of the kitchen. He's got chocolate cake all over his face. And mommy comes around the corner. Johnny, what did you do? Did you eat that chocolate cake? Johnny says, no, Mom. God gave us this. It's called fight or flight. Johnny can't fight back. Mommy's a giant. His legs are this big. He can't run. So what does he do? He lies. It's hysterical. Follow my train of thinking and this perspective. If mommy came around the corner, same scene, but she has chocolate cake on her face and says, Johnny, I love this chocolate cake. Didn't you? Johnny responds differently. Think about this. If you want people to react differently towards you, you've got to act differently towards them. They are only giving you feedback to a stimulus. That's it. So we have to stimulate them differently so they don't treat us like a realtor. That's why you're not getting business monthly from your hairdresser, because you sound like a realtor and you act like a realtor. And then you use realtor terminology, like give me a referral. That's not what we teach. Words matter, but the strategic use of those words matters even more. Linguistically, you need to be buttoned up or you're going to keep chasing it. I've never met anybody that got involved in real estate that says they want to chase and beg. And that's what most of us end up doing, chasing and begging. Listen, folks, I'm a builder, not a beggar. I have to write loans to feed my family. Do I sound like a mortgage guy? Do I sound like a beggar talking about my rates and my fees and my service? That's a joke. Everybody's got that. So I don't talk about that. What do? I pay more attention to your bank account and your business than mine. Same thing I taught you earlier about the hairdresser. You're not concerned about my bank account. You're concerned about yours. Then what do I need to be concerned about? Your bank account. I will build your business or I don't deserve any business. As a business owner, folks, stop using people and start choosing people. They have to earn a seat at your table. You don't give it to them. They got to earn it. Imagine having 5 wackos like me in your life. That'd be a little much, I know. Any questions so far on anything I'm sharing with you? Take notes. You've got to know where you are before you know where you're going to go. What are you worth? Here's a simple formula. Take your 1099 and divide it by 2080. 10, you could do it now. You don't have to tell me. Take your 1099 divided by 2080. 2,080 hours are in a work year divided by your 1099. That's your hourly rate. I don't care what your mommy tells you you're worth. I don't care what your husband or your wife says you're worth. You're great, honey. I don't care about that. I want to know the numbers, the data, because some of us work way too hard and you'd make more money at Wawa. Wawa's paying 18 bucks an hour. 18 bucks an hour. When you do the math, folks, where are you? You don't have to share. If you ever want me intimately to help you, we can do that. But right now, this is for you. Just do the math. 24 bucks an hour, you made 50 grand. $48 an hour is 100 grand. $96, 200 grand. $144 an hour, 300 grand. The reason this is important, you've got to take inventory. What are you doing with those minutes and those hours? As your business coach, as your strategist, as your mentor, I'm going to help you navigate those minutes and hours. One of the places and one of the things that I do very quickly is take inventory. Where is your closed book coming from? Probably all those sources I mentioned. And then I'm going to say, how much business did you close from your divorce attorney? Probably zero. How much did you close from your hairdresser? Close to zero other than Beth. How much business did you close from your accountant? Probably zero. How much business did you close from your estate planner? Probably zero. Why? What are we doing? You must learn how to influence your sphere or you're going to keep chasing and begging. When you influence your sphere, you receive a call from the attorney, from the hairdresser. See, the actual closed client, the buyer or seller, is the equivalent to a cup of water. A cup of water. My intention is to bring you to the waterfall. If the divorcing client is looking to sell their house, you get excited. And I say, wait a second. Because as soon as that deal closes, you're unemployed. How about if we get you to the waterfall, which is the divorce attorney that has 1 to 2 divorces settling every single month? That's a game changer. That's where I'm taking you. You all know somebody's been divorced. You know what that was like. I had to sell, I had to buy, or I had to refi to pay him or her off. There's activity there. Listen, I'm going to beg you. Do not call a divorce attorney. Do not solicit. Don't Facebook them. They will not give you the time of day. That is not the strategy I teach. All I'm doing is shifting your perspective. I'm not telling you to stop doing what you're doing. I'm telling you to take inventory. I need to know where you're at. Then we analyze, why are you there? Here's what I learned about a lot of agents. You can tell me differently. See this down here? Most agents start every sentence with I. When I ask them how you grow in your business, I'm mailing, I'm doing flyers, I'm doing open houses. I. Folks, there's no I, it's us. You can't build a corporation by yourself. There's no me, it's we. You are running an independent sweatshop. They're illegal in the United States. What are you doing? You're working, while others repeat crazy, too hard. Paulie says, no. I don't teach you how to work harder or smarter. I don't subscribe to that. Be more efficient with what you're already doing. The example, I'm sitting in the hairdresser's chair for an hour. You have 60 minutes to influence your employee to contribute to the corporation. You can't beg or threat. It doesn't work. Listen, I'm Italian from Jersey. I know what it's like to threaten people. It doesn't work in this capacity. I'm going to teach you what to say and how to say it so they want to give you the business instead of you trying to beg for the business. That's what's not happening. So I love the fact that Beth raised her hand. She got something from her hairdresser. But again, perspective, 100 people a month. Some of them are the same clients. Some of them are new clients. 100 people. You are not going to talk to 100 people intimately and know everything about their life, but the hairstylist will. And we're worried about farming a territory. Woo! Questions on this?
Oh my goodness, Paul.
Don't stop me, Deb. Give me like 2 more minutes, Deb.
Okay, 2 minutes. We haven't done even one breakout room. So
This is the breakout room. This is it right here. We just broke them out. Here you go, gang. Write this down. I got a little thing for I'll give you if we end up engaging with each other. Board of directors. Every corporation has a board of directors. The obligation, the job, the responsibility of the board members is to contribute to the corporation before their own. If you run a corporation without a board, you run a sweatshop. Somebody lied to you. I'm going to turn you into the labor union. You're in the middle. Each one of these boxes represents personally and professionally people that earn money from you. Personally and professionally, people that earn money from you. Don't do anything with that list. Do not threaten them. Don't go after them. It won't work. The reason it hasn't worked is because it doesn't work. I need to help you understand how to communicate the message so that they want to give it to you instead of you trying to beg for it. I call it FFFL. Flexing friendly financial leverage. I have to pretty it up in Jersey. I call it blackmail, but I moved to Florida. Everybody's nice down here. So flexing friendly financial leverage. We love everybody here. The sun is shining. Your teeth are white and you're so tan. You look beautiful. I love you, right? Flexing friendly financial leverage. That's what I'm going to teach you. I believe I'm out of time. I waterboarded you for 30 minutes. I waterboarded you. If you want for more information or you want to work with me or engage with me, I don't know, Deb, what am I supposed to do? Do I give them the number? You tell me. Why?
yeah, well, I think we all got your number on the previous post-it, right? It was on the top of the post-it
Oh,
there. Yeah, see, we were paying attention. And Ray did a great job for us. He screenshotted all of your post-its and put them in the
oh,
chat so that when
thank you, Ray.
everyone
That was awesome.
downloads
I
the
didn't
chat,
think
yeah, and he put your phone number. So Ray's doing a great job for you there. It is 10 minutes to the top of the hour. We usually do 12-minute breakout rooms. If you want to be included in a breakout room, stay right here. We're going to do at least one round. If you have to go, I completely understand. But we'll be done with just within a few minutes after the top of the hour. Um,
Deb, I have
Paul,
an 11 o'clock coaching call that I didn't realize. I thought you were only giving me really 20 minutes in a breakout. I talked too long. I didn't know everybody got to do the introduction. My apology to everybody. I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
yeah, no worries. Paul, give us a question for the breakout room. So whether it's, where'd your last referral come from? Something that you think would be helpful based on your conversation today.
Okay,
Um,
so most importantly, I don't want to know where it came from because it's probably one of those sources. I want to know about the client. I'm going to give you an example. Think about this: data plus possibility. The data tells us 70% of American households do not have a will. No durable power of attorneys, no medical directives, no financial directives, no life estate, nothing. 70%. Do a Google search. I usually take 3 sources, put them together, and that's my data. Think about that. You always are going to be taught by me, look in the rearview mirror before you look forward. I need to know that first. Here's the example. You closed 20 clients last year. Data plus possibility. The reason you're not getting business from an estate planner or a probate attorney is because you have not given business to an estate planner or a probate attorney. Here's your last tickle, then I'm going to go. If 70% of American households don't have a will, all you got to do is deploy my one-call strategy. Mary, how's the kids? How's the dog? How was soccer? How's the house? Where? I forgot to ask you. When we went to settlement, did you update your will? No? Ah, Mary, listen, I got a great estate planner. I'll have Tony give you a call in the next 48 hours. You're going to love this guy. We got to protect the family, got to protect the house. I got you. Don't worry about it. 70% of your closed book needs an estate planner? Why are we looking for something we already have? You have the clients for an estate planner. Can you imagine calling an estate planner and saying, Tony, Paulie, I got 12 clients that need a will. I'd like to give them to you. Wait, reverse it. Put the phone on the other ear. Annette, it's Tony, the estate planner. Annette, every year I got 10 people that die and they need to sell their house. Can you handle 10 more listings, Annette? Come on. We're looking for something we already have. You've not been taught how to cultivate the fertile soil you stand on. God gave us everything we need, folks. We're looking in the wrong place. Cultivate the fertile soil you stand on. I host these coaching calls weekly and educate agents on how to build their business. And we collaborate and create partnerships in ways they have not experienced before. If you're doing everything I'm teaching, you don't need me. If I excited you, if I gave you a different perspective, if you believe I can help contribute to the growth of your business by raising the bar, then you have the mentality of an employer and you hire someone that shows you that. If you do not, then you're an employee and you don't have the capacity yet to hire because you're not mentally in the right position. It's not meant to be an insult. You either are the owner of a company or you work for one. Which is it?
Thank you so much, Paul, for your time today. I'm going to stop the recording